Good afternoon, YouTube. Today I want to be talking about how to keep it real. Well, first, four ways you can keep it real in your life is one thing about me. I might be stupid, I might be dumb, but one thing I am is a realist. So what that means is I am an opportunist and I'm a realist as well. Hypocritically, you might be thinking I'm a hypocrite. Well, that's not the case. The thing is that, I live in beautiful, sunny Durban, South Africa. And one of the rules they have here is if you're not a certain demographic, African, black, whatever you want to say, you, if you are a certain demographic, it's called BBE, Broad Based Black Economic Empowerment. What I don't understand about that is it's been 20 plus years since our first democratic elections. And the thing with that broad-based black economic empowerment is the thing I don't get is why do you have to why do you have to get a job on your color of your skin? Why can't you get a job on merit? I'm not trying to be I'm not trying to be stupid or anything. I'm not trying to base down anything. I'm just stating fact. The fact is, people, in order to work with the government, they must have a certain level of triple B, double E. I don't know how many E's and how many B's in the thing, but yeah, you must have a certain level of maybe one or two. So level one or level two to work with the government, to have a contract or whatever with the government. And if you don't, you lose out big time. Even though your company is doing well, even though you're an honest businessman, even though you lose out big time if you don't have that here. In order to work with the government, you need to do two things. One thing they said a couple years back on the national budget speech is if you don't pay taxes to the government, you shouldn't be working with the government, which is true. And the other thing is, which I know, is if you don't have a certain level or certain even level 3, so if you don't have a certain level of triple B double E certificate, level 1, 2, maybe even 3, you can't work with the government, and that's cool. But as a worker, as a hustler, you can't get a job, you barely get a job as if you're not that demographic. And you see it all over on TV, you hear it on the radio. They play the music mostly to that demographic. I'm not trying to be hate speech or whatever, I'm just trying to state fact. I work at a hardware store near a certain location, as you know, and it's cool. It's cool, just that I don't want to be doing that for the rest of my life. I wanna be judged on merit and not. I want to be hired on merit, and I know I can do anything. I'm not saying I can do anything better than anyone else. I say I can. Judge me on what you see, judge me on my actions, not on. Don't judge a book by its cover. Judge me on how you see me. Judge me on how you. Sorry, judge me. I'm stumbling. Sorry about that. Judge me on what I do, not how you see me. That's the thing I want to say. And the last thing is, I know I said four things, but the last thing is, you in Durban, you have to have. this is a shitty thing to say, but you have to have a thick skin. You have to have a thick skin. Keeping it real, you have to have a thick skin. Because if you don't, you're going to get crushed big time. Not saying that anything happen, but you need to have a bit thick skin. I'm not trying to downgrade anyone. I'm not trying to uplift myself. I'm not trying to do anything. I'm only stating fact. The fact is, the two important facts are, I know I said four, but no, I'm going to drop it down to two. The two important facts are that you come over here and you want to I know, do whatever. Make sure you have a thick skin, and make sure you're a fast learner. Yeah. And don't worry about whatever anyone says. Doesn't mean you have to work with the government to make money. Doesn't mean you have to work with or work for the government to make money. That's the cool thing about it. You don't need a triple BEE certificate to start a business. You don't need a triple BEE certificate to have a job. You don't need a triple BEE certificate to start up a company in your backyard. Yo, this is gonna give me some heat. But just thought you might know that. Right, remember, dreams do come true. Bad times don't last, but bad guys do. Have a great day. Thank you. Bye.